Welcome to Good Life Naija TV. US authorities gather more evidence to the cause of Herbert Wigwe'S death in California. I will let you guys watch the rest of the video and tell me what your thoughts are.
Into Part 135 EC-130 charter helicopter that crashed on Friday south of Interstate 15 near Halloran Springs, California. The registration number for the helicopter is November 130 Charlie Zulu. As a reminder, we are on scene to gather perishable evidence. The analysis portion of the investigation occurs once all the perishable evidence has been gathered. The information I provide today will be preliminary. Today was the first full day the NTSB was at the accident site. The team began today's activities with aerial drone mapping and site documentation of the wreckage. The airworthiness group began detailed examination of the debris field. The debris field was approximately 100 yards in length. All major components of the helicopter were accounted for and identified at the accident site. These include 3 main rotor blades, the main transmission, the engine, tail rotor, landing gear skids, and various avionics components. ADSB data, or flight track data, shows the helicopter traveling along Interstate 15, approximately 1,000 to 1,500 feet above ground level. Near the end of the flight track data, it shows a slight right turn, turning south of the interstate. At that time, data shows a gradual descent and increasing ground speed. Flight track data ended about a quarter mile from the wreckage location. The wreckage site shows the helicopter impacted the terrain in a nose-low and right bank angle. Various electronic devices and onboard equipment were recovered at the scene for further examination and analysis. We are coordinating the wreckage to be moved to a secure location on Tuesday for further examination and analysis. Yesterday, I mentioned that witnesses reported rain and a wintry mix. Our NTSB meteorologist, through weather radar images and data, can now support witness reports of precipitation at the time and location of the accident. Our operations group has begun gathering information to include pilot records, flight dispatch records, and aircraft maintenance records. We are working with Orbic Air to schedule interviews with key personnel. I want to thank the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and Coroner's Office, as well as the National Park Service for their continued support. This will be the NTSB's last on-scene press briefing. The on-scene portion of the investigation will continue until complete. As a reminder, a preliminary report of the accident is expected within 30 days, and a full NTSB investigation lasts 12 to 24 months before, as I said, is Aaron Sauer. He will be joined by Mark Ward as the deputy investigator in charge. Several other NTS investigators are on scene and will be examining the following areas: airworthiness, to include maintenance and structures of the helicopter, operations, meteorology, and air traffic control. Parties to the investigation include the FAA and Orbic Air LLC. As the investigation continues, other parties could be named. The BEA, the French Aviation Accident Investigation Agency, will serve as an accredited representative because France is the state of manufacturer of the Airbus helicopter and the turbomeca engine. Both Airbus helicopters and turbomeca engines will serve as technical advisors to the investigation. Planned activities for tomorrow will include traveling to the accident site to conduct the initial on-scene documentation, and documentation will also include aerial mapping of the wreckage with a drone and site measurements. Also, we will be working with Wigwe'S to obtain flight crew records, helicopter maintenance records, and flight dispatch records. We were aware that there were several 911 calls last night to report the crash from Interstate 15, and we'd like to ask any of those people that had witnessed that if they would reach out to us with any further information they may have, such as photos or anything of that sort, and we can be reached through witness@ntsb.gov. Again, that's witness@ntsb.gov. We will provide updates as they become available. You can follow the NTSB on X, or formerly known as Twitter, at ntsb.gov. One final comment. I'd like to thank the first responders who first responded to the accident scene, and the ongoing coordination of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. We really appreciate all their work they're doing. I'll take a few questions here. As I do, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation. Please go ahead.
Sean, Inland News. Was there a fire involved when the aircraft crashed after it hit the ground?
The question is, was there a fire involved when the air crash hit the ground? As far as we know, from what was reported from witnesses, that there was fire when the aircraft did contact the terrain.
The rental company, or was this a charter flight coming from Las Vegas, this Orbit Air, that these passengers rented this aircraft?
Yeah, the question is, did these passengers rent the aircraft from a charter company? Yes, they did. The charter company actually I guess they have an address out of Camarillo, California, but I think they base out of Burbank. We're looking into that for sure. They will be arriving to help us out as a party member. The flight was actually from Palm Springs, California to Boulder City, Nevada.
The weather conditions, you said there was a mix of rain and snow. Can you talk more about the weather conditions in the area at the time the helicopter was flying through that area?
The question is about the weather conditions at the time of the accident and where the helicopter crashed. It was reported by witnesses that there was rain with some wintry mix. We currently have a meteorologist working on our team, and we are working to analyze and get the exact weather conditions at that time. Of course, that's out in the middle of the desert, so we'll have to find the closest reporting stations nearby to be able to give any accurate information as far as the weather was at the scene.
My last question is, do you know the altitude that the helicopter was flying through the area? I mean, was it, did they experience, is it possible they experienced a mechanical problem? They were flying high and they, auto-rotated down or came down somehow, or were they flying so low that they crashed into the side of a mountain? What do we know about that?
The question is about the altitude and the flight path of the helicopter during the flight. We don't have any specific information on that right now. We are getting air traffic control data, ADS-B data. We're just starting to receive that. Hopefully we'll have more information tomorrow for you on that specifically.
And we always have to ask people, do you anything on the passengers or the crew? Can you tell us anything about that?
Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to Good Life Naija TV to get more videos like this in the future. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm out.